Welcome to the NCAA South Central Region Quarterfinal match postgame press conference. Joining us are members of Angelo State, winning team today in the opening round match over Regis. What a match we just saw. Joining us is head coach Chuck Waddington. Also joining him are student athletes number 5 Evelyn Torres and also number 6 Madi Parrish. Coach, we'll start with you. Just your thoughts after you told me before the match when we talked to you earlier in the week it was going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight.
Yeah.
I think that's what we saw.
Yeah, no doubt about that. As we were walking into the fifth set, in the coach's cross, Joel's a very good friend of mine, and I have a ton of respect for him. I said, surprise, another 5-setter at regionals, and he just started laughing. That just seems the way it goes. We're very evenly matched. His teams are always really good, and I got to get a lot of credit to my team, though. We played a couple ugly sets, man. Set 1 and set 3 were ugly, but we didn't hang our heads. We kept the right mentality going into sets 2 and 4, and then starting into 5. And it's a credit to these guys. Very easily, could you just hang your head and well, we're not supposed to win? Well, we walk into every match expecting to win. And we talk about it all the time. I tell them to set their alarm clocks, and when it goes off, it should say "expect to win" in all caps. If you look at mine, that's what mine says. So it was a battle. And they're such a talented team. They've got some ridiculously awesome hitters, and that setter, Mara, she's one of the best kids in the country. And so for us to just grind it out and find a way, I'm just really proud of my team.
Evelyn Torres, we'll start with you. What a performance you had today! 12 kills. Also 19 digs, and so you were doing it offensively and defensively. I wanted to ask you about that change. After the third set, you're down 2-1. Regis, just won that third set pretty easily, but you guys came back and you fought so hard in the fourth and fifth. What change do you feel like out on the court?
In the previous sets, there were moments where we were kind of frantic, a little bit scared, looking at each other, not knowing what the future held for us and at the end of the set or at the end of the match, but I think it really just took everyone, a team effort in reminding each other it's just a volleyball game. I guess in terms of just not letting the moment get bigger than it already is. We've been here, we love pressure situations. We have to embrace the pressure and embrace the chaos and really just use it to our advantage.
Madi, we'll ask you, Madi Parrish, 10 kills today, also 10 digs, so a double-double for you. This felt like a very team-balanced effort for Angelo State. You were getting performances from a lot of different players. Talk about the team's mindset. It seemed like you all rallied together, and that's kind of been what you've done all season long.
Yeah, that's super important for us because when we don't do that, I feel like it's very mellow on the court, and just all of us being together and being hyped in the middle, win or lose, it changes the whole dynamic, I feel like.
Coach Waddington, you told me going into this thing that seedings don't matter. It was a 2 versus 7 on paper, and so people are going to say it's an upset, but it seemed like your team did have a little bit of a chip on your shoulder mentality. It was gritty. It was defensive. At times you said it wasn't pretty.
Yeah.
But you found a way, though, to beat a really good team today.
Yeah, and everybody's in the same boat when you get to postseason. Everybody is faced with the possibility of going home and your season ending, and that's tough. Doesn't matter what number is next to your name. It really doesn't. We're all in the same boat, and we're here. All 8 teams that are here are talented teams. I really feel like this region is from top to bottom is very strong, and but we didn't. I told my team, I said the number doesn't matter. We have an opportunity. Okay. We talked about it before the match, and I sent. I send them lots of motivational stuff, but I'm like, it's us versus them, and one of us is going to win and one of us isn't. And I think it needs to be us, and so we went into it expecting to win. I think that's just the biggest thing for us is that expectation. It doesn't matter who we play. We know we've got talent to compete with anybody, but we've got to execute at a level that gives us that chance. And today we found a way in 3 sets. We found a way to do that.
Coach, I want to ask about kind of how the team rebounded from sets 1 and 3. For the match, you hit 109. In set 1, you hit 0. In set 3, you hit negative 174.
Solid.
So what's the message to the team when you have kind of those sets like that where you don't exactly light the world on fire? And what's the message to them to help kind of rebound the team?
We don't really focus on what just happened. We focus on what needs to happen, and I reminded them about set 2. We played strong. We played together. We made plays when we needed to make plays. It started set 4. We were down at the start of set 4. And we just kind of kept chipping away, clawed back in. And I think the biggest thing is that this team, we went to a 5-1, which we haven't really done all year long. We did it maybe in one set at our conference tournament. But they embraced the change. They embraced the challenge. And credit to Lainey. She went up, she tagged a couple balls, kept us in play. I think what the other team may have perceived as a disadvantage turned into an advantage for us, because now they like to set their right sides and their middles. Well, when you see Lainey over there, you think twice about it. You want to try to go over top of her. And she did a spectacular job of just keeping us in the point. She would tag a ball and we'd run it down and get a swing, and the balls that weren't falling for us early started to fall for us late. And it started with Callie Enax with a diving play, one hand, hits the net tape, rolls over, and we started. It was that point. That was the changing moment in the 4th set, and that made all the difference for us.
And Evelyn, 19 digs, along with 12 kills, the 19 digs, new career high. You also had 4 blocks. You were kind of everywhere. Did you feel you were only one of 4 people on the team to have previously played in the NCAA tournament? So did you feel kind of a responsibility to step up because you've been here before to kind of show the way to so many people who haven't played in this tournament?
No, absolutely. I guess just being in this environment before, you kind of understand the pressures that come with it, the adrenaline. I would talk to some of my teammates in between sets, and they would all just be like, I feel like I'm, just amped up, like hype. I'm like, that's the adrenaline. Like, you got to see it as a positive thing, and you got to use it. And really just go off. It's one of those, postseason is my favorite time of the season, because it's truly where you forget about everything that's happened in the past, and you really just look ahead at the future, like look at what's at stake, and you just drive and go for it. And I think every team is really out for the same goal, and it's like a bloodbath. I mean, hey, I'm going to say it as it is, whether it's with your own teammates or like the other side of the net, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, definitely being in this situation before, it's a blessing. I'm grateful to have been one of the people on this team that have, and kind of guide the younger ones or someone else that may be feeling nervous in the situation.
Madi, double, 10 kills, 10 digs. You didn't play in the conference tournament, so you got put back in the lineup today. Kind of how did you mentally prepare stay ready for in case your number was called?
Well, the conference tournament, it was rough. It was bad. It was bad. But then I had a great meeting with my coaches, and I realized that I'm not going to always be perfect. And so I was a goldfish. That means a goldfish has no memory, so I have no memory.
Hey, congratulations, Angelo State, again, a 3-2 victory today over Regis. You're moving on to the semifinals. Great job.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.